Coach, in the hard-fought 24-19 victory, what did you see from the guys tonight?
Well, it's obviously a great contest against an exceptional opponent. We knew that going in. They're league champion. They're resilient. Coach Knight's a great coach. Always been a successful coach, and so we knew all of that going in. And it's exactly what we expected. We expected it to be a hard-fought victory. The conditions are the conditions. We're never ready for those conditions as well. They handled the conditions pretty well in the first half. Had a couple key mistakes in the second half, which probably tilted the game a little bit in our favor. The scoop and score by Jaleel Canty was obviously huge, and that probably the difference. I mean, it's just a matter of just trying to overcome the conditions. I'm wondering if they're willing to just let me fly back with them, because I'm tired of this nasty weather. And I know I checked their weather earlier this morning. It was in the mid-70s at like 9 a.m. So I'm dying for that again. But all in all, it's a victory, and that's what this is all about, is survive and advance. Either team could have won that game. We just feel blessed that we were able to win it. And we have the good fortune of going to play the number one seed next Saturday.
Only 53 yards through the air today and 291 on the ground. Obviously, the running game became a big factor in the game.
Yeah, those conditions, throwing the ball, it's really difficult. We had one that we thought we had, and Malik couldn't come up with. That would have been, maybe 93-yard touchdown pass if he would have caught it. So that part wasn't all that great, and you got to find a way to win. And we moved, we moved Travis in there some to run the ball. We felt like we could do that with quarterback run plays. They did the same thing with their Wildcat quarterback. So it was a very unique game. But I watch their offense. I love their quarterback. I mean, what great heart he has. And even at the end, I told him he was trying to will his team to victory. I mean, he's running all over the place, diving for first downs, and just, we had a hard time getting him down. And then, their Wildcat quarterback do everything. Number 2 is just an incredible player. Just one of the best college football player. One of the best football players. I can't say college because I've only been a college coach now for, limited time here, I guess, going on year 9. But being a head coach for 31 years, he's as good as any I've ever seen, just because he just is such a fighter and a scrapper and just such a great athlete.
Speaking of that offense, Zach, you had 12 tackles today, 1.5 tackles for loss. What were you seeing out of their offense?
They just, obviously the rain made them keep the ball on the ground, which we brought a lot of our D linemen into it. So we just try to shoot the gaps, get in where we can, plug the holes, and whoever fell with the tackle, they fell with the tackle. That's just how it rolled.
33 minutes of possession. Does that take a toll on you as the game goes on?
Yeah, I mean, we had a couple guys get hurt. That one guy, Simpson, got hurt in the first quarter, and Chris had his ankle got a little banged up. But they're all right, but it really took a toll on some of us. Had to play inside a little more, and a couple of our inside guys had to play some more. So we were breathing heavy, but we just pushed through. It just didn't let it affect us.
When the offense is struggling to score like that, like they did in the first half and kind of throughout the game, do you guys as a group, know you have to step it up as you've done all season?
We know just that the defense wins championships. We've always said that. Obviously, it's harder for the offense when it's raining like that, and we know we need to have a better defensive game. If they don't score, they don't win. So we just go out there and play our game every down.
Tony, you were down 13-0, but you guys have been there before this year. So it's really just a matter of that particular time when you're down, kind of reassess what you're doing, what do you need to adjust on, or what goes through your mind at that point?
Well, we had 4 turnovers in the first half, so I felt like, 13-7 at halftime. If we go down and score before the half, we're in the ball game. remarkably so, because we had 4 turnovers. And so, when you're talking about time of possession, which you guys mentioned in the first half, our one was a one-play drive, and we turned it right back over. So we kept on throwing the defense back out there, and so that was tough on them. And we just, we've been in these conditions. Actually, 4 out of the last 6 games, we've been in nasty conditions. But we, in each of those, I think the most we had was 1 turnover, and then we exploded for 4 in that first half. And so you try to keep the guys patient. You think about maybe what would happen if you lost, and what would you do on a Sunday and on a Monday and on a Tuesday, and so it slips in your head, what could happen if you lost, but we stayed patient. The other thing is, I thought we punted it. It's just so hard to punt against the wind. I thought Jackson hit some real nice low ones. The one with the wind went through their returner's legs, and he tried to make a play, and it's a tough play. The ball's so slippery, and the way we're punting on the ground is really a unique style. So I thought that was key as well. And then Jackson's last punt, when we couldn't get a first down, I think he knocked it at the 5. That obviously they got to go a long field then, so that was huge.
Zach, what do you remember about the fumble for the touchdown?
I remember it was just they're going outside to their boundary. I was trying to keep up with the play, run outside, then someone said, someone shot the gap. I don't think it was our Mike Backer, but popped the ball out. Saw Jalil right there scoop it. So I just saw one guy trying to chase him down, just try to get in the way, hoping he can get in the end zone.
Zach, how important was that play to change momentum a little bit? The interception called back, and then right after that, you get the touchdown.
It was great. It's just, games like this, is just one play can just change the entire game. So, that one play changes the pace of the game and gives our defense a new life, and everyone just all of a sudden got the momentum going our way now.
They had 2 long passes right off the bat, and after that, you kind of slowed them down. What did you change defensively?
Defensively, we just adjusted. They got some really good routes. Like Anise said, they're really good offense. So we just kind of settled down and played our football.